this definition of what an alpha male is and the pressure that society creates and puts on you for you to strive to be alpha, it's killing you. Literally, it is killing you. And it's killing your brothers. What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about toxic masculinity and how that reflects insecurity. Now, with these videos, I just want to start and get right into it. So as you come to the channel every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Sunday, I hope you come mentally prepared. Like, do your breathing, do your meditation before you even come here and start the video, because you're here to learn, right? Because I mean, I don't know why else you would be here. So let's get right into it. Toxic masculinity and how that reflects insecurity. The title of the video, yeah, it's a clickbait, but I'm here to try to prove a point. And I'm really hoping that by the end of this video that I'm able to like help some men. I'm actually doing this video for a big reason. I'm not just here to talk shit and spit bars. I'm actually doing this video for a bigger reason, and I hope you stick till the end to figure that out. But let's start with looking at the definition of insecurity, because I don't want to base everything off of my own opinions. I want things to have as much facts as possible so that everything makes sense for you without just trying to understand my opinion. The definition of insecurity is uncertainty or anxiety about oneself, and it's also lack of confidence. Okay, so uncertainty, anxiety about oneself, and lack of confidence. So those are the definition of insecurity. So to go back to the clickbait title, I looked up the definition of alpha male because I have an idea of what an alpha male is, and I'm sure you have your own idea of what that is, but I wanted like a written rule about what this alpha male is, right? Like, how do you qualify to become alpha male? How do you confirm that you're an alpha male, right? So I looked that up and I found the definition, and it says confident, mentally tough, competitive, have presence, and it says size matters. So when it comes to having a strong presence, size matters. Swagger, they walk like they're the shit. So there's something about you. There's a swag to you. Always in powerful position, a position of power. Dominant, risk takers. Get the girl. Which is funny because like my follow-up question to that is like, okay, you get the girl, and then what? Vocal and loud, aren't afraid to get physical, calm under pressure, strong, non-reactive. It says rarely get emotional. And you know I'm gonna touch up on that. And not afraid to stand out. Everything that an alpha male is supposed to be. I think you can agree with me when I say that everything that an alpha male is supposed to be, according to the definition, it's the opposite of insecurity, right? Because insecurity, let's go back. What was the definition of insecurity? Uncertainty. Well, you can't be uncertain if you're an alpha male because you're supposed to be confident and be mentally tough. You're supposed to be dominant. You can't have a lack of confidence. You can't have lack of protection because you're supposed to be competitive. You're not afraid to get physical. You're strong. Okay, so we can all agree that everything an alpha male is supposed to be is the opposite of insecurity, right? Alpha males are supposed to be confident and be risk takers, but they aren't supposed to be emotional. Alpha males aren't supposed to be emotional because they're not allowed to be reactive. It says right here that to be non-reactive, you kind of just walk past the problem. You don't pay any mind to it. You're just kind of like, alright, cool, next. And then just move on. So an alpha male does not sit with the problem, does not sit with the pain, emotional pain. They don't explore that. They don't allow themselves to be emotional. Because it says right here, I'm not just talking shit, it says right here, they rarely get emotional. So that ultimately means that they're not certain They lack certainty because they don't sit with the problem. They don't know how certain things make them feel because they don't allow themselves to be emotional. And a state of being emotional is a foreign atmosphere. It's an unfamiliar atmosphere. It's an unfamiliar environment to alpha males. Therefore, if alpha males were to be put in a position where being emotional is like a requirement, who knows how they're going to react? I don't know. You don't know. They don't know. Self-awareness isn't about knowing who you are and who you can be in a familiar environment. Self-awareness is not just about knowing who you are and who you can be in a familiar environment. Anybody can be whoever they want to be in a familiar environment. You go on Instagram, you can be whoever you want to be. That's your comfortable environment. Self-awareness is more so about knowing who you are and who you can be in the rare moments, in the rare environment, the different situations. That's confidence. That's awareness. The rare situations, for example, like when your mom dies or your house catches fire and you lose everything. The rare occasions. Not things that happen every day, not things that really you see on the news every day and you know to prepare for yourself, but it's the kind of stuff that like you would never think that it would happen to you, but it does. Those moments are when you raise your level of self-awareness. So by the definition of alpha males, it seems like alpha males ultimately lack a certain level of self-awareness. So what happens when you lack a certain level of self-awareness? You're not certain. When you're not certain, you're not an alpha male. And what definition was it that we covered before, whose definition includes uncertainty, insecurity? Therefore, alpha males are insecure. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong. Let me just switch the mood for a second. There is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to be a leader for your family, for your pack, for your country. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with striving to be strong and confident. There's nothing wrong with striving to have a certain level of certainty to a point where nothing can shake you, nothing can hesitate you. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no, because I understand that there's no room for being hesitant, being scared. There are certain situations in life where there's no room for that. If somebody's coming for your kids, of course you gotta be alpha. Of course you have no fear. There's nothing wrong with wanting to protect your family with certainty. There's nothing wrong with wanting to protect your country with certainty. There's nothing wrong with that. But here's the reason why I made this video. This definition of what an alpha male is and the pressure that society creates and puts on you for you to strive to be alpha, it's killing you. Literally, it is killing you. And it's killing your brothers. Yes, it's true that women are more emotional creatures. That's true. Yeah. But guess what? Within the total population of people who commit suicide, the population of people who already committed suicide, they already passed, they're already not with us anymore. The total population of people who commit suicide, not attempt suicide, commit suicide, 79% of that are men. 79%. And within that 79% of men who have committed suicide, only 44% seeked help. Sure, it is true that more women attempt suicide, more women get diagnosed with depression. It's true that more men who attempt suicide succeed because they use more lethal methods. For example, women tend to overdose more, but men go straight for the gun. So yeah, that might be the reason why the rate is so high for men. Yeah. But you can't possibly tell me that that undermines, that degrades the importance of the statistics right now. This is very important. It shouldn't even, the numbers shouldn't even matter at the end of the day. The fact that suicide is an issue, a worldwide issue, that should be important enough. But the fact that 79% of that are men, and we out here trying to make each other feel better because, like, it's not a male problem, because women get more depression, women attempt more suicide, women are more emotional, so they should be the ones seeking help, they should be the ones healing, they should be the ones watching this video. That's not true. Actually, it turns out men might need it just the same, or men might need it more. So for my men, let me ask you a question about Dwayne Johnson. What makes Dwayne Johnson Dwayne Johnson? Not what makes Dwayne Johnson a man. What makes him The Rock? What makes him Dwayne Johnson? It's not because he's tall, he's big, he's strong, he works out every day, he works with Under Armour. It's not because he got all this money. It's not because he's on TV all the time. It's not because he's bald or tatted. Because if that was true, if that was true, that that's what makes Dwayne Johnson, then so many other celebrities, so many other male celebrities would be in a spot. But they're not. Dwayne Johnson has something different about him. He's not only the hottest, the strongest, the most gorgeous, the most perfect. He's also compassionate. Dwayne Johnson's level of compassion is what makes him different. And you can't possibly tell me that Dwayne Johnson does not have a big heart, because no one would agree with you. I would never disrespect Dwayne Johnson by calling him an alpha male, because that's almost disrespectful. That's like degrading who he is and his greatness. He's not just an alpha male. He's not like you. He's not like any other guys. Do you think that Dwayne Johnson fears crying in front of a camera? Do you think that Dwayne Johnson would be uncomfortable being asked about the stories behind his childhood when he and his mom got kicked out of the house? Like, how did that make him feel? You don't actually have to guess, because he's already done it. He's already told these stories. You can go look him up in those stories and see how he feels, because he's not afraid to be vulnerable in front of people. Dwayne Johnson's not afraid to be vulnerable in all aspects of emotional toughness and mental toughness and physical toughness. That's what makes Dwayne Johnson Dwayne Johnson. One of the definitions of being an alpha male is to not be afraid to stand out. Do you think that you would stand out by being just like every other man? Do you think that your girlfriend thinks you're special because you're just like every other guy who's broken her heart? That's not what impresses her. What might impress her is the fact that you're that one boyfriend who listens. You're that one boyfriend who cares. So on Thursday, I'm gonna show you guys how vulnerability can actually help you become the man that you've always wanted to be. The perfect boyfriend who's different than all of the exes. The reliable husband who protects, who provides. The father who is Superman. The father who is there when they're growing up. The son who never stops making his parents proud. The CEO who is so consistent, who is so, he got his shit going right, that every employee under his roof feels safe working for him. That's Thursday.